Artificial intelligence is a tool like any other thing.
It in itself is not harmful, but the way people use it is terrifying.
See, AI, much like other things such as the internet, has two sides to it. One side can allow for freedom and individuality to excel, but the other side, well, the opposite. And it's this side of control and surveillance that many authoritarian and free governments are trying to create. That's why we're seeing technologies like this software from Presight AI that can track a person's movements throughout a city, or China's AI systems grading how much of a threat someone is to the Communist Party's power. AI's capabilities of finding needles in haystacks and having lightning-fast reflexes could make it a valuable tool for governments to control your every move.
But how would an AI surveillance state even work? Well, to see how terrifying this AI could be, we have to stand in the shoes of the people in power.
Okay, so imagine you're a dictator and you want to stay in power, but the problem is your country has millions of citizens, with many of them not looking at the government too favorably. Your party is small, your population is large, so you need to know what they're doing. So the first thing you need to install is security cameras, and a lot of them. This is one of the most important parts of China's surveillance system today. There's over 700 million of them. Almost one for every 2 citizens. But all of the footage they record is useless.
Your government couldn't possibly have enough manpower to constantly monitor the video stream.
You need an artificial set of eyes that's always watching. You need AI. How about you add some facial recognition? Then you know exactly where someone is at a given time. And if you connect all the cameras to one system, you can track a person's movements.
Okay, but even with all of this in place, it still is hard to actually identify who could be a threat to your power. You still need more tools.
More technology to know as much as you can about your citizens, because the more you know about someone, the more you can control. You have several ways of gathering all this information. You can turn to major companies that conveniently collect tons of info on users, or you can intercept all internet traffic conducted by your citizens.
Or, you could do what the US and China is doing and do both.
Now you can set the AI loose on dissecting the data. See, the fact is we spend huge amounts of our day online, so as a result, the data collected gives a pretty accurate picture into who we are. All the little traces of data you leave around can be fed into an AI to be reassembled into a picture of who you are. So now you have that AI hard at work and you have it flagging certain activities. Maybe the system would be alerted if someone made a rebellious social media post or made suspicious purchases.
The whole point is to figure out which of your citizens you need to keep a closer eye on.
People often do things in patterns, and the AI will be able to put 2 and 2 together to make 4. But AI can take things a step further. You can have all of these triggers that set off alarm bells, but what you really want to know is how likely someone is to do something.
In other words, predicting their future actions.
This is what many law enforcement agencies are doing now. They're throwing tons of data about crimes and different criminals into AI algorithms to predict what offense is going to happen next. Now, there's multiple problems with this. First, if you're making predictions based on stuff that's already happened, the results you get will also be similar. This just reinforces biases that were made by humans into the AI. And secondly, the AI could be wrong about things.
But in terms of national security, you don't need to worry about that. If there's collateral damage, so be it. See, you don't want to just know someone by themselves, you want to know their friends as well.
And a San Jose company called Ventura that has had many US government clients has created a program that takes CCTV footage and not only identifies someone's face, but also identifies co-appearances. These are other unique faces that are found along with the person. These co-appearances are people that frequently associate with the target. Now, if you were a Chinese official, this kind of tech would be old news.
Everything that I've described is already a reality over there. The reason why this company made news was it was the first time it was introduced to the Western world.
So hopefully you're starting to get a picture of how AI could be used to track people through data. If one of your citizens is a threat to you, you will know about it and you'll be able to make the next move.
Okay, so you may be thinking, I know how the government can control a country with AI. What do I do about it? How do I make sure I'm not being tracked?
Well, it's pretty difficult considering it's almost impossible to be untraceable online, and you're bound to be caught on cameras anywhere you go. But there's one thing you can do, and that is to act randomly. AI makes predictions based on patterns, and you probably have many patterns throughout your life that you don't even think about. The more sporadic and random your movements or purchases are, the harder it is for AI to predict what you're going to do next.
But as you saw, AI tools can be used by a few people to control many people. But if you really want complete control, then you should use brain chips, because they could even monitor your thoughts. Click on the video on your screen right now to see how brain chips could usher in a dystopian future.